Rashid Shaheed has been, and I stand with this, the best and most consistent weapon in the Saints roller coaster of an offense, without a doubt. A little background information about Rashid is that he is a rookie that wasn't even drafted. He comes from Weber State, where he holds the record for most punt return touchdowns in the football championship subdivision. The numbers that Rashid is pumping out do not come out of nowhere. He's always been like this and has translated very well into NFL. And yes, I know the FCS isn't anywhere as big as the FBS, but that is a big achievement nonetheless. There are really only three main points that I want to cover. First off is the amount of numbers that he puts up. Second is how he helps the Saints start off games right. And the third is his contribution to the deep ball re-emerging for the Saints. Point number one, the numbers. As of week 16, after the Falcons game, Rashid has 19 targets, in which 15 of those are receptions for 334 yards, 3 carries for 50 yards, 16 punt returns for 175 yards, and 11 kick returns for 246 yards. Rashid is here to play football, in a variety of positions at that. Despite barely having any opportunities, he has made 3 touchdowns, 2 of them being receiving and 1 being rushing. It's funny that his first carry and his first reception were actually both touchdowns. So, as a Saints fan, I had to know his name. Despite coming in late in the season and the Saints not really utilizing him till very recently, he has made quite an impact on his team. Now on to the second point. Rashid is helping the Saints with a problem they've had for a little while now. Starting off games right. In the first 2 Saints game versus the Bucks and Falcons, when Shaheed was still just on the practice squad, the Saints scored a total of 10 points through the first half of those games. Keep in mind, this is when they had everybody, including Michael Thomas. In the games which Shaheed was utilized the most, which is coincidentally against the Bucks and the Falcons again, there were a total of 24 points throughout the first half. That's almost 2.5 times the points. Aside from being a wide receiver, I'm pretty sure the Saints expected Rashid's main job to just be a punt returner. His punt returning is another thing about him that no one talks about. When his team actually gives him some blocks, Rashid returns it for a good amount of yards. In week 14, for example, against the Bucks, Rashid had a 42-yard punt return that almost went to the house if Taysom Hill made a bigger effort to block. It's not often in which Rashid gets a good chance to return the ball, but when he does, he makes it count. Point number 3, the deep ball. The Saints have struggled with the deep ball in very recent years as a result of Drew Brees aging and us having no strong arm QBs. Well, none that we use at least. The deep ball used to be a Saints staple back when Drew Brees still had a good arm and when we had wide receivers like Ted Ginn Jr. and Deontay Hardy. Rashid Shaheed has helped a lot in the reemergence of the deep ball, and Chris Olave too, even in a team with weak arm QBs. And the reason for this is just simply put, his speed. His ability to just be able to overwhelm secondaries and create space in very minimal time is broken. Qualities like this are what make me wonder how good Rashid and Olave, 2 very young and fast wide receivers, would be with Jameis Winston, a QB known for having a cannon for an arm. But the way Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael are moving, I don't think we'll ever get to see that. All in all, I believe Rashid Shaheed is a name you will hear more often in the future, especially in this game against the Browns that I just heard recently that Chris Olave and Landry are out. All eyes are on Rashid Shaheed, so he'll show us what he can do. Hey man, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. This is my first video where I've done something like this. I don't know, I just wanted to do it since Rashid Shaheed he's been a player that's been doing so good, and he's not talked about enough. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. What do you think I should do next? Anything I should improve?